Welcome Zesty Kids family. My name is Catherine and I want to thank you very much for joining us today. We are cooking a bison steak with harvest vegetables and mashed potatoes. It's going to take about 35 minutes to make. I'm excited to join you on your journey here at Zesty Kids. There's a few tricks to make sure that all the elements of your meals are ready at the same time. First, you want to read the recipe completely just to make sure you know what you need. Make your mise en place, so take out all the ingredients that you'll need so you're not running around finding a tool or an ingredient. And then lastly, make sure to use the warm setting on your oven. So if your mashed potatoes are ready a little before your steak, don't worry about it. Just put them in the oven on the warm setting and everything will be warm and delicious. Let's set up for our recipe. You'll need butter or margarine for your potatoes, salt, oil, and pepper. Let's start by cooking our bacon. How crispy do you like your bacon? I like mine really crispy, but my sister Anisha prefers it less crispy, a little more juicy. So really make sure to cook it how you like it. Now we're on to our potatoes while our bacon is cooking in the back. Now we're cutting our potatoes, and there's a few tips to make sure we have the perfect mashed potatoes. So the first thing is having the right potatoes. The right potatoes is not red potatoes. The russet, the Yukon Gold, they're all perfect for mashed potatoes. The red potatoes are gonna make a glue mashed potatoes. It's really not the fluffy and creamy mashed potatoes we want. The next thing we want to do is make sure to put our potatoes in the water when it's cold and then turn on the heat to high. That will ensure your potatoes cook evenly and that you have the perfect creamy mashed potatoes at the end. Let's add these potatoes to the water. Let's cut these carrots in quarters and then we'll cut the onions in slices. We really want to make sure, because these are really good local carrots, they're just beautiful. You can rinse them if you want to, but don't peel them. The skin is super thin and they're really sweet. We're just going to cut them in quarter lengthwise. These awesome carrots are coming from the Hutterite colony of Lejour that's located really close to Regina in Saskatchewan. And we really love ordering carrots and other vegetables from the Lejour colony. Terry is the head gardener. Now we'll add these onions and the leeks into our bacon fat. This bison steak is gorgeous. It's coming to us from the Bison Ridge Farm close to Prince Albert. Now cooking bison is very different from cooking beef because bison is a lot leaner than beef, so it cooks a lot faster. And when we're starting to cook a steak, it's good to just dry it like that using Scott towels, just to make sure that our salt and pepper is going to stick to it. There we go. Now we'll add a little salt everywhere and a little pepper. And there we go. let's make our mashed potatoes. So we have heated the cream with the butter together, and this makes sure that it's incorporated really well in our potatoes. Now we'll add the salt. It's about 1/4 teaspoon per portion. Potatoes absorb a lot of salt. There we go. Now let's make mashed potatoes. Our beautiful steak has been resting for about 5 minutes, and that's really important because it makes sure the juices redistribute, and when you're cutting it, it's not all running out of your steak. We are ready to plate. Let's start with our potatoes. And now with plating, it's really important to make sure it looks pretty. We spent a lot of time making a delicious meal for ourselves. Let's make it pretty. We're so worth it. Now we'll add these beautiful onions and leeks we've cooked in that bacon fat so they're really flavorful. There we go. So just half of them for a 2 portion. So of course you divide them into portions you have. And then we'll add our bacon bits. They're super crispy, just how I like them. Here we go. So we have bacon fat, bacon bits, and now the gorgeous harvest carrots. Just place those here. And our steak. These beautiful bison steaks. Just place them right on top here. Now we're topping it off with beautiful thyme. Make sure you don't eat the stem. It's just for decoration. Eat all the little leaves. They're delicious. I'm gonna place those on top. And just be creative. Have fun with it. Make it however you like it. And goat cheese. This just adds a ton of flavor. And it makes it really pretty with the plate because now we see the bright red meat and carrots with this beautiful white goat cheese. Now that we have this beautiful dish ready, we can top it off with some wine if we want. I really love this wine. It's a Haskap mead from Prairie in Moose Jaw, and it's really good. It tastes almost like in between a wine and a mead. It's closer to like a berry wine, I would say. And it's absolutely delicious. All of their meads from Prairie are really good. The Haskap pairs really well with Bison because it's a strong flavor and it's typical or traditional of the Canadian prairies. Prairie has been featured by Jen Sharp in the Flat Out Delicious series on CDTV. So we highly recommend, if you want to learn more about Prairie to watch the episode by Jen Sharp. We've done it, Zesty family. We cooked a beautiful bison harvest meal to celebrate our harvest of 2021. My name is Catherine, and I am so thankful to have cooked with you today. Let's find this love for ourselves, love for each other, and for the ones that we will share this meal with. Let's be thankful for this beautiful opportunity to nourish our bodies. It was a pleasure cooking with you today, and I look forward to cooking with you again in the future. Bon appétit!